Thank you for joining us this evening. Team USA has been so excited to see the competition kick off so far in the memorable days in Tokyo, and we're well on our way to one of the most historic games in history. I'm joined by one of Team USA's newest Olympic medalists, who's already made history, Jagger Eaton, Team USA's first bronze medalist in men's street. I'll turn it over to Jagger to start with a brief statement, and then we'll begin taking questions.
Thank you. I think one thing that I would like to say before we get into questions is I just want to show my gratitude to the country of Japan for, just putting together this event. I know how hard 2020 was for all of us, and the fact that I'm here and I have a medal, and I'm just eternally grateful for the sacrifice everybody made to make this event happen. But let's see some questions.
Great. If you have a question, you can join a mic on either side of the room.
Jagger, congrats on your bronze medal there. You've won quite a few competitions over the years. How does this stack up against all of them? How does the emotional sensation feel compared to past wins that you've had in competitions?
I've competed a lot of AM competitions growing up. I competed at X Games and Street League, but again, and this is a fact, there is no tournament like the Olympic Games. Being able to go out there and put on my uniform and put on for Team USA has been a goal of mine since I was a kid. And the fact that I got to do that for the first time here in Japan, it means so much to me.
Jagger, I wonder, how have you kept in touch with your family? Who would have been here if circumstances had been different? And were there watch parties or anything back home?
Who would have been here would have been both my coaches, Neil Mims and Todd Jacobs, who have been working really closely training for this. And on top of that, I actually just told my one of my homies on the phone that my dad booked tickets for this contest 5 years ago, and it was really unfortunate that he couldn't do it and couldn't be here today. But that's somebody who would have been here as well. And both my parents had watch parties, and I just hope Arizona's stoked. I hope they feel the pride that I feel, and this is a hometown thing.
Jagger, how did you celebrate last night?
How did I celebrate? I booked a couple tee times in Arizona, and I kind of just laid in my bed and tried to sleep. There wasn't much celebrating going on. Just a little bit of tears were shed.
What's your handicap?
My handicap right now is rough, just because this whole process going into the games this last month has been really strategic with the injuries that I've been going through. But my handicap right now is about a 9.5.
That's pretty good.
It's not too bad. It's not too bad.
What have your skateboarding friends said about you now having a bronze medal?
My friends have been so stoked for me, and it makes me so happy to see that. Skateboarding is something that you do with your friends and your family, and it's something that it's such a love and creative outlet for everybody to enjoy. And my friends are just really stoked for me last night. It was a cool thing.
So you grew up in a gymnastics family, I understand, and how does that feel? Having come here with that background, while also Team USA has a fantastic gymnastics program itself. Did you feel extra pressure, having sort of gone away from that background and chosen skateboarding and competing here?
And I always say this. For me, the only pressure in contests is really the pressure that you put on yourself. I really want to be up there on the podium, but again, I really just want to go out there and have a good time and show skateboarding on that stage, and that's what I felt like I did. As far as growing up in a gymnastics family, there was never pressure from my parents to do gymnastics. Frankly, I didn't look good in a leotard, and so my dad got me a board for Christmas, and that's kind of where it all started. And I just fell in love with it immediately, and the fact that I get to do it on this stage just means so much to me.
Hey, Jagger. How do you see the skateboarding event unfold in the next games? Do you see it being a little bit different in 2024, or what are your thoughts?
I see skateboarding in the Olympics in 2024, again, with how rapidly it's progressing, I see a whole different team, honestly. You know, I'm 20 years old, so hopefully I'll be in a position to make Paris, and I'm really looking forward to getting a different color medal next time. But again, man, skateboarding is progressing so fast, and it's such a cool time to be a skateboarder and see skateboarding progressing. So I feel like the process is going to change a little different. I feel like they're going to, sharpen the edges and change a couple things. But again, man, I feel like it's going to be a whole different contest. There's going to be a lot of new competitors, and I'm honestly really excited to see what that has.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Just along those lines, I mean, it's conceivable in Paris there would be kids competing there that are 9 years old right now. I mean, how young can you go in this sport and show up on a stage like this and compete?
That's a good question. I actually haven't gotten asked that question yet. I feel like for men's street, here's a good example. I have a 13-year-old brother named Costin, and he rips. And if you guys are ever wondering a competitor I'm afraid of competing against, it's my 13-year-old brother that I shared a room with my whole life. That's just a good example. You know, it's one thing I think that's really cool that I didn't have as a kid was I didn't really have the Olympic competition to look forward to in my career. And these kids now have that. And I think that's going to add a lot more motivation, and it's going to give skateboarding a whole new light for the kids that are coming up.
Hi, Jagger. First, congrats to you. And I have a question. I read reports that some fans got really curious about the music you were listening to when you were competing for the medal. So, should be some fancy music. Can you please tell us what was on your playlist, what style, and did it help you to tune properly for the competition?
Yeah, I've actually gotten this question a lot. The music I was listening to was a mix of new rap and old country music, if that makes any sense. It's a weird playlist I got. And really the only reason I was listening to music was because there wasn't a crowd. And skateboarders especially, we thrive off a good crowd. And it was hard not to see that out there. But again, it just gives me more motivation for Paris.
Any other questions? Okay. That's it. Would you like to show off some shiny hardware you got over there, Jagger?
Just this. It may look gold in the light if I do it right, but it's bronze. Thank you all.
Awesome. Thank you, everyone.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you like this video, check out these other videos from USA Today to stay up to date with all the latest news.